right now, AEW Revolution 2022 is going on, and I'm not watching it currently because, well, I can't afford to watch it. Well, I can afford to watch it, but the only way I would watch it without issue is through cable. Now I know there are other opportunities out there to watch it, other options, but I'm not going to take that chance right now. And I also know that for some odd reason, once it's all said and done, like later on tonight, someone will upload the entire pay-per-view onto the YT and other places, and that's when I'll be able to, give it a shot, kind of give it a look, if you know what I mean. The other option is to wait till this Wednesday, and if everything works out the way I think it should, or even this Friday, I should be able to order it on demand and watch it that way, maybe even record it, but we shall see. But I wanted to talk about AEW Revolution, not the event itself, but mainly the tweets right now going out as we speak. Basically, the reactions, the instant reactions we're getting, courtesy of a lot of fans. And a lot of fans are actually praising this show, and rightfully so. From some of the highlights that AEW's Twitter page has been putting up, video highlights anyway, I can't blame them. But here's the thing, though. Despite what happens tonight in all these matches, despite what happens, there are some people, if not currently, right now, as we speak, that will look at some of these tweets being put out by fans, like, let's say, just Alex, people that are there live, like Sean Ross Sapp, others like Solid Monster and all them, and, even Greg Morgan of Good Mic Work, just to list a few. They'll look at some of these tweets, look at all this praising that they, are giving, Revolution right now. And in contrast to that, you're going to have people calling them out. In fact, I even saw, I think, one tweet or something like that, or even something on Facebook that was trying to counteract one thing that Alex had said. Alex had come out and said, hey, look, if you see me praising something good about professional wrestling and don't like what I'm saying, unfollow me. And there were some people that were supporting him on that, understood where he was coming from. But then there were also some that came out and tried to counteract that, basically try to say that all Alex is doing is, being, one-sided, or he's being a hypocrite or something like that. But here's the situation. Alex is just giving his opinion. He's giving his opinion and everything. And as I've said before, Alex is like one of those fans, along with a Solid Monster, along with a Greg Morgan, along with, a JD from NY206, a Chase Oliver, and all of them. A Firestar Hart, a Godzilla Hawk, some of the moderators of Alex's stream. All Alex is doing, along with all of them, is living in the moment. I said this before, but a lot of people that strongly support All Elite Wrestling and don't want to hear any negativity about it, or even those that are kind of unbiased and outside of that, to where, to where they do support AEW, but they're not afraid to acknowledge some of the cons along with the pros. What they're all doing right now is living in the moment. They're living in the moment because, you hear people say that, well, AEW is, not going to, be around forever and everything, or AEW, or WWE is going to outlast AEW, just like they outlasted WCW and all them. And maybe some of that is indeed true, but, what a lot of people that are doing these positive tweets, are sending out these positive tweets and everything, as we speak, currently. In fact, some are probably going up right now as I speak. All they're doing is living in the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with living in the moment, because when you live in the moment, it's something to look back on and say, when, unfortunately that day does come, and I think a lot of people are willing to accept that that day is coming, no matter how much they want to deny it, that when that day comes and let's say AEW just becomes another wrestling promotion or ends up, fading away, not saying that won't happen for a long time, at least they will have the memories of saying, hey, do you remember that AEW company that was around? Remember how good they were? Remember how they helped, motivate all those other promotions, including WWE, to do better? You remember some of those killer matches? That is basically, why people act the way they do, because they want to live in the moment so that they have these memories that they can, hold on to for quite some time. They have these memories that they can hold on to for quite some time. This is why some people, will say that the reason Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor is mainly because of the fact that, Tony Khan probably wants to have a backup promotion, not just as a feeder system right now, but if, necessary, a promotion he can fall back on and basically transfer a lot of what he's doing with AEW over to Ring of Honor to keep, some resemblance of AEW around. But again, that's just an opinion by a lot of folks. But like I said, when I look at these tweets and everything, there's no doubt you're going to get some counterculture to that. You're going to get some counteraction to that by those that are saying, that will say to someone like an Alex or Solomonster or a JD or a Greg Morgan of, oh, you're just AEW shields. You're not, true wrestling fans or anything, or else you'd be unbiased. You would talk about the cons along with the pros, but you're nothing but shit. They're going to get that as we speak, and they're going to get that during some of the reviews. Like, I guarantee Alex is going to probably get some of that tonight in his live stream review of Revolution. Same with Solomonster, same with JD. All because people think they're shields, that they're not, truly unbiased individuals or unbiased fans. And again, like I said, all these people are doing is living in the moment. They're living in the moment. I mean, when you go back, as I mentioned before, to the Monday Night Wars, and, people were choosing sides, WWF, WCW, even to an extent ECW, you know why they were doing it? Because they were living in the moment. Those that were, solely behind, strongly and solely behind WCW when it was kicking WWE's ass, they were living in the moment. They knew it wasn't going to last forever, and unfortunately it didn't, but they were living in the moment. They were enjoying every moment that they had with that company. And anytime they tune into Peacock via the WWE Network category, if you will, or channel, they can go back and relive those moments again. Because they can even tell the new generation, yeah, I was there, or I was your age when this happened, and it was great. And then they could go and, basically communicate with the generation that's solely behind AEW and say, hey, look, I understand where you're coming from. I understand you love AEW because they're the hot new thing. They're doing what you want. They're giving you what you want. But what they do, even though they come to that understanding, is they kind of bring them down to reality and make them realize, hey, this isn't going to last forever, but enjoy it. Live in the moment. And that's what these people are doing. That's what these people are doing. Fans that were there for the Monday Night Wars and strongly supporting solely WCW in its winning efforts at that time, up to the new generation of fans that can relate, that they can relate with, they're letting them know, just live in the moment. That yes, you're going to have your critics. You're going to have people saying, oh, you're this, you're that. But just enjoy it. Enjoy it for what you have right now. Because yes, there is going to come a time where things will change, and maybe not for the better. When it comes to AEW. But that may not be for a long time. It may not be for a long time. But, again, going back to, eventually what's happening right now on Twitter, and eventually what's going to happen in the live stream reviews, yeah, you're going to have a lot of critical people against someone like an Alex, against someone like a Jason Solomon, against someone like a JD or a Greg Morgan, because they feel there'll be nothing more, or even a Brian Zane, and a Jay Briggs, that, even in the comment section of their review, because they don't do a live stream, they just do a regular recorded review. You're going to have people, commenting and saying, oh, you're just shields and everything. You don't say all this enough. Or you don't say enough nice things about WWE or Impact or NWA and stuff like that. They're going to get that. They're going to get that. And it's just a part of being a wrestling fan. Again, this is not... Again, you got to realize, we are in, believe it or not, another boom. It's not necessarily the boom that we got back, during the Monday Night Wars. But it's still kind of a boom to where now sides, once again, are being chosen. And you have one side that's going to come in and say these kind of things and criticize those that are praising one over the other. So, I'm just letting you guys know in this video that when you watch Revolution tonight, or as you're watching Revolution, or as you watch the reviews for Revolution to kind of make you decide to go and watch it later on if you're not doing it right now, I just want to let you guys be aware that when you watch those live stream reviews, that you're going to see some of these people pop up. Then when you go to Twitter and you're hearing all the praise that Revolution is getting right now as we speak, you're going to get, a lot of counter tweets of, negativity. Because what those people that are countering, what WWE is, what not WWE, what AEW is doing, is they're not realizing that just like during the Monday Night Wars in the 90s, people are living in the moment. They are living in the moment and they're enjoying themselves. I was just checking something over the fence, trying to peek over and see what was over the fence there. But anyway, people are enjoying themselves. They're living in the moment. So I just wanted to come on here, give you my thoughts on, thoughts on some of the current live tweeting and reactions, on for AEW Revolution and everything, and how you're noticing, along with the positives, some negatives, and how you're going to probably be noticing the same during the live stream reviews and stuff in the live chats, as well as in the comment section if the reviews are recorded. I just wanted to come out and talk about that, let you guys know about it, to expect it. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you do expect it. I'm sure you are aware of it. But yeah, it's just one of those situations like, back in the 90s, when you chose sides then, the side that feels that people are being shields, they're being kiss asses, they don't realize that these people are living in the moment. That they know a time's going to come when reality is going to come down. They're going to realize, hey, AEW is a great company. They're doing things that other companies are not doing, but they're just another company. And sometimes there are going to be repetitiveness coming in, coming from AEW in the future, just not right now because they're still trying to find their footing. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, as well as in the live chat during the premiere, where super chats and super stickers are open and would be appreciated, whatever you guys can do. Also check me out at Venmo at Brian-Walmer-2, as well as at Cash App at BWRoses98. Also check me out at patreon.com/BWRoses to support me there. Also check me out at deviantart.com/BVW1979. Also check me out at BW Roses Discussions, all your favorite audio podcast platforms except for Pandora. And at VENMO at BW Roses. But guys, again, I just wanted to come on here, give you my thoughts on it from what I've been noticing. And like I said, I'm sure you're aware of it. But also I'm letting you know to expect it. Because if you are some of them that are giving praise to Revolution right now, if you're watching it, or you're seeing clips and you're agreeing with what people like Alex and Solomon and all them have to say, just expect some counter tweets from the other side of the fence, saying things that, well, basically they feel is truer than what people like Alex and Solomon are trying to express. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys, and I am out.